I've heard so many leaders of companies say, I'm so tired of hiring smart people, successful people, paying them well, and them not doing what I want them to do. How are you supporting them? How are you communicating those goals? How are you communicating those expectations? And do you take into account what they're good at, what they suck at, and what they're afraid of? Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another solo episode of the Sales Spark podcast. Today is going to be quick and dirty. I've got 3 questions and a follow-up question, so actually 4, for you sales leaders. And I'm curious, as you listen to these, love for you to do an inventory of your people. Very quick, very simple. Do you know what your salespeople are good at? I don't mean the team as a whole. I mean each individual person. Do you have some people that are better at opening doors? Do you have some people that are better at out there hunting new logos and getting in to have that initial conversation? Do you have some people that are better at like the cold calling? Do you have some people that are better at doing the recon before the phone call, the social media looking and stalking? I say stalking in a nice way. So do you know what your salespeople are good at? That's number 1. Do you know what they suck at? Because here's the thing, salespeople, and you know this if you're a sales leader, they are good at spinning stuff. They are good at saying, oh, well, I've got that, or fluffing it up. Do you know what they suck at? Besides putting things in a CRM, because let's face it, if you're a salesperson, you probably suck at that. Here's the key one, and I would bet that most sales leaders do not know the answer to this question. And if you don't know the answer to this question, it will completely affect the way that your individuals show up and how they show up together as a team. Here it is. You ready? Do you know what your salespeople are afraid of? Are they afraid of failure? Are they afraid of not knowing? Are they afraid of nobody picking up the phone? Are they afraid of not hitting the quota? Are they afraid of not being number 1? Are they afraid of letting somebody down? Are they afraid of not being able to close? Are they afraid of selling something that maybe the company can't support? What are they afraid of? And here's one thing that I know about salespeople as I have been working with them as a fractional sales leader. I knew this before, but it really became an aha because I started to see it across several sales teams. You hire salespeople who are good at what they do. Typically, they come from another company and have a great sales record. They can tell you, how many times they won President's Club, how many times they crushed their goal, what kind of revenue, the types of products they sold, produced, all that sort of stuff. And they are some of the most lonely and underdeveloped. I'm going to say that again. They are some of the most lonely and underdeveloped people out there, because who wants to be a leader in an organization in sales and come to the boss and say, I am deficient or need help in X? They're not going to, which is why when you hire somebody like me to come in and be that fractional sales leader and the sales psychologist to your team, I have the time to dig deep into each of these questions, time that you don't have, time that you've never had, time that you're never going to find. So here's question number 4. Last question. Let's do a quick review. What are your salespeople good at? What do they suck at? What are they afraid of? And then my last question is, what are you doing with that info? If you read the first 3 questions and you don't know, my hope is you are doing something about that. If you know the answers to all of these questions, what kind of support are you giving your people? These are the folks that are on the front line every day, dialing for dollars, having the meetings, having the conversations, being the face and the reputation of the company. What kind of support are you giving them? I've heard so many leaders of companies say, I'm so tired of hiring smart people, successful people, paying them well, and them not doing what I want them to do? How are you supporting them? How are you communicating those goals? How are you communicating those expectations? And do you take into account what they're good at, what they suck at, and what they're afraid of? And you may be thinking, well, Jason, I've been leading salespeople for a long time. Um, I don't think salespeople are afraid. They're bold. They're fearless. Some of us are. And even those ones, I would say, have something that they're afraid of. And so if you don't have the time to do that, I'm going to say it straight. I think you're missing an opportunity, and I think you're leaving money out there that could go to the bottom line of your company. Because when you know what they're good at, what they suck at, and what they're afraid of, and you are doing something with that by supporting them in these things where they need help, where they can get even better, where you can help them overcome fear, that's the difference maker. So what are you, sales leader, doing with that information? And do you even know the answers? I'll leave that there for you to think about and reflect on. And if you want a partner to come help you in that situation, to help you get to the bottom of these questions and to help you put together a solution, somebody who can partner with you and whose goals and ideals become mine, because that's what I do. I don't have goals. I have your goals that become my goals. That's the whole point of being a fractional sales leader and a partner with you in that business. So if this resonates with you, shoot me a message. Let's get on a phone call. Let's figure out what it is that needs to happen for 26 to be a different year. Strike the match. Fire always wins. Until next time.